Hi, I'm Mikata, and this is the second edition of my BTDiablo Rift video. So in this video, I'll start with the difference between the previous version of the Rift and the current one by the time of this recording. Then I'll go through the content that the BTDiablo Rift is. Next, I'll try to do a comparison between what's the clear speed of my character in the Rift or using different player counts compared to player 7 Baal run, clearing the Baal waves. And finally, I'll show you the build that I used for this video, so you can get some base understanding of how powerful your character should be in order for you to start clearing the Rift in BTDiablo. So let's get into it. As I've already mentioned, this is the second version of this video, and what I want to do is to introduce a bit better quality. I hope my audio is better now, my editing skills are even better than the previous video that I recorded. So the difference between this video, this version of the Rift, and the version that I showed in the previous video. So first one is something that is vaguely called balance changes. So this is the summary that BT Neanderthal had in the release notes. My personal observation is that the Rift is more challenging than it used to be. The second change is that the cave levels are changed, and now they are nil attacks whole of a vault. And keeping in mind that nil attack spawns just once per game. So the biggest change that I find is the rune drops. The drops are just a bit better than the cow rune drops. Also, the standard of hero drop rates is improved to be just around a lum rune. And finally, there is a new item in BTDiablo that is called Brick, and that can also drop in the Rifts. That has the rarity of a pull rune. And just a note that if you collect 100 bricks, you can create an item that would allow you to endlessly corrupt your items, that I forgot its name. Now, one step back. What is the Rift, if you haven't watched my previous video on the topic? This is new endgame content that is introduced in BTDiablo mode. It is available after killing Insanity Baal. Insanity is the name of the hell difficulty in BTDiablo. The Rift is area level 96 and it has limited drops. Basically potions, gold, runes, bricks and standard of heroes. The first level of the Rift is named after the winner of the first BTDiablo offline ladder, the Wolf. The monsters in the Rift have a lot of resistance. So their physical resistance is 75%, magic resistance 50%, hello Hammerdin, and 100% all res for fire, cold, light and lightning and poison damage. So basically your character needs some way of lowering any of the resists. As you can see in the footage, my barbarian has access to Amplify damage that is on my Hellfire torch that I'll show you at the end of the video. I really like the Rift as it is a really interesting trade-off between magic finding in BTDiablo or grinding for keys and torches and just leveling up and looking for runes. So the comparison between a Baal run and the Rift. As you can see on my Rift clips, my different Rift clips, I've put a label with the current player settings. And my observation is that before amplified damage kicks, I barely damage any monsters. that even on lower player count, even on players 3, it is very noticeable before and after amplified damage procs. I checked that the Death Lords in Worldstone Keep have 66% physical resistance, and it feels different compared to the 75% physical resistance that the mobs in the Rift have. The Rift is way more dangerous, way more challenging. Depending on the monsters, on the aura, it is really easy to get killed in the Rift, where on my Baal run, even the minions of destruction on player 7 were doable. They were far from easy, but they were just doable. I was able to move them in a narrow place where they can't surround me, and I was able to clear them as well. And now let me show you the build that I've used. So this is my Barbarian level 90, who has 10 to 14k physical damage, just above 10k whirlwind attack rating, that also get increased when level 5th enchant procs. With battle orders I have just above 3k life. On the advanced stats sheet, 23% damage reduced. When I use treachery, and it procs fate, that gets to 38. I have rather low chance of crushing blow, but that's my current gear and cannot be frozen. The gear, I have a really cool Ogre Maul ethereal with that I slammed for 4 open sockets, and I put an ED jewel with shell runes. This crown that provides 2 combat skills for the Barbarian and a lot of strength with the amethysts. My source for crushing blow, dual leech, and light res and life. IK armor that has 40% faster cast rate in BTDiablo and requirements minus 49%. 15% damage reduced Verdungu with 15 maximum damage jewel in it. Dual res boots with faster run walk, Raven Frost, all res ring, and all res amulet. My charms are mostly resists, some of them provide damage as well, and other useful stats where necessary. And my torch is 39019 Barbarian, and I corrupted it for level 22 Amplify damage on struck. So this is what lowers the physical reduction on the monsters. Skills: 20 points into Whirlwind, 20 points into Mace Mastery, 20 points into Battle Orders, and the rest of the points are split between the new skill in BTDiablo, Increased Endurance, and Iron Skin, where Iron Skin provides additional damage reduced percentage. So that's the build that I used for this Rift showcase. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.